All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Woody Wharton, and I am out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. And I want to welcome everybody for coming on the call tonight. I appreciate you taking the time to dial in and just listen to what we have going on here in Nutrisail and what I believe is the best and the greatest opportunity and products that are out there on the market today. This evening, we have some very special guests on our call. We have the one and only Mr. Dave Austin on the line. And what we're going to do is let him come on and tell us a little bit about what's going on in the company and some of the exciting things that are happening. And then we also have Mr. Fred Saenz, who's going to come on and talk to us a little bit about the products and, hopefully give us some more insight on the new product, the B Extra. Now, Mr. Dave Austin, I met him a little over a year ago. He came out to North Carolina and met with myself and my wife, Willis and Linda, and we went out and had dinner. And I'll tell you that meeting him and talking with him and his wife, Katie, I knew from right then and there that he was really serious about this business. He's passionate about it, passionate about the products. And at that time, he also talked about some of the stuff that was going to happen in the future. And I will tell you that just a little over a year later, almost everything that he said that night at dinner has come true. And I'll tell you, he's a man of his word. He's a networker. He's been in the trenches, and he understands what we're going through in our business. And he has made it so easy for us to be able to achieve success in Nutrisail. And that's something that doesn't happen a lot out there in a lot of companies. But without further ado, I want to bring on our president and CEO, Mr. Dave Austin. Dave, are you there?
Hey, Woody, can you hear me?
Hey, Dave, I got you loud and clear.
Right on, and welcome everybody, whoever may be on this call. Woody, just great to hear your voice again, bud. Since I can remember like it was yesterday when we came over and had dinner. It was great fun because that night we got a chance, my wife and I got a chance to meet with two great sets of leaders, and that's, Linda and Willis Whitney and Sharon and Woody Wharton. And you know what? This one of those nights, I won't forget. It was way too good, and we knew that we were going to be in business together one way or another for a long time. And but really honored to be on your call tonight, Woody. I'm fortunate. I'm excited from the time my eyes open in the morning, which is for the most part pretty early, and until they finally go to sleep, sometimes late at night. And I'm so thankful for those long days because there's really nothing I would rather be doing than what we're doing right now, and that is helping people. And I'm not going to say much about products because there's a guy coming on that owns that. And so I'm not going to get in his way at all, except that anytime there's opportunity present that is working, there's great products behind it. And in our case, powerful products can create powerful opportunity. Right now we're at our 2-year kind of anniversary. I think our first checks ever went out to the field May 15th in 2015. And so just so much has happened since then, and still it's only been 2 years out of everybody's life. Not that that's anything to take for granted or to sneeze at, because 2 years is 2 years. But if we keep progressing like this, then we're going to keep getting closer and closer to our, ambitions and goals, even as a company, and that is to help people build assets, to help people build, personal funds, wealth. That's what we want to do. I was just like, one of the things that we hold dear in our company, and Woody, I'm trying not to go too long here, but because I know you're crowded for time. But when you get me started, it's hard because this thing really is exciting. One of the things that we really embrace in Nutrisail, and because I get to talk with new people almost every day, and, they want to know my take on things and, what's Nutrisail about. And, one of the first things I tell them is, hey, around here, you're not going to hear the millionaire chant. There's plenty of places you can go out there and look at opportunities and hear that all day long. And maybe you'll even see some people standing by Learjets or Rolls Royces or fur coats, that they don't even like fur coats. But that's really not what we have here. Our chant is more along the tune of $500. And tonight I was thinking about, even from a year ago, the number of people that are now making at least $500 a month in our company has quadrupled just from a year ago, and it's really starting to pick up steam. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, and you think, wow, Austin's a little bit low-level thinking there, our really one of our big goals, not one of them, really almost all of our ambition is fueled by having a lot of people succeed. We want to be the best in all the land and helping people hit $500 a month or more residual income, because we know that that makes a difference today. For most people, for 90 huge percentage of the people, $500 still makes a difference. And that's why I took time to mention how many people have, from a year ago already, what's going on. And there's scads now making $300 or more. And now, the good news there for those of you that are trying to say, okay, if you want to really find out how to become big and you want to think in terms of thousands of dollars in a month, then dive in and bury your head in other people's success to the point where you make sure they get to 500. Because here's a neat thing about people that, and by the way, folks, think about it, $500 a month is $125 a week. If you look at our plan, where you not only have immediate opportunity to start earning money as soon as people buy products, you're going to make 15% because you're going to be a brand builder. That's our first business building position, is the brand builder. Before that is a preferred customer. We call that the brand fan. But once you're the brand builder and you can earn 15% and more on every time product is purchased because of you, and then couple that with the 2-team plan that you get for organizing 2 big referral teams, and you can get to 125 a week pretty fast. And I'm telling you right now, if you want to make not 500 but 5,000, then what you need to do is decorate 2 teams with people that are making 500, and then you will have no choice but to pick up the spoils. And that is why in our company, we are so excited, because here's the neat thing. We've already seen it, and we see it every day and every week. And that is, when people hit 500, then they think they can make 1,000. And darn if they don't. When you look up pretty soon, now you've got somebody in that club. And that usually is courtesy of, because they've got a couple of people now or more making 500. And so, again, I won't belabor that, but I will tell you this. We're going to talk about it every chance we get, because if you want to share our vision and our dream of actually and finally having people come into our company, and within a day or two, oftentimes they're already in the profit mode, because it's only $20 a month to be active. And so everything they earn, they get to keep. If that excites you, not to mention products that will back your play every step of the way, and make sure that that weekly deposit into your Pay Quicker account gets bigger and bigger, larger, then welcome to Nutrisail. I'm going to hold tonight, Woody, off of a lot of things I could talk about. We're getting so close to the conference in the middle of June, and I tell you what, I talked to a gentleman yesterday. His name's Delano Riles. He's from, I think, Mississippi. At least that area code would suggest that. And this guy's a businessman and hugely successful in direct sales, and he's just getting started, and he wouldn't miss, because I love his style. He says, that seems like the best place to get started is the place where all the leaders are gathering. And so I said, you are exactly right. I said, you couldn't pick a better place to come and find out how to save yourself so much time with the Nutrisail opportunity. So, Woody, thanks so much always for a few minutes. I hope I didn't overstay too much, and cannot wait to see you and Sharon here in our town. So get those boots shined up, bud.
All right. Thank you, Dave. And, hey, I really appreciate you coming on the call today. It's really an honor to have you here, especially because we're just getting this started. Just want to thank you from the bottom of mine and Sharon's heart. You also did mention.
Thank you, Woody. Anytime, bud.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. You also did mention that conference, and I just want to put a plug in, folks. If you don't have your tickets and don't have your registration for it, you really need to be there. And I know that the date to get your hotel is coming up real soon. I think in the next day or two is the cutoff. So please, please, please get in touch with Katie Austin and go ahead and get your reservations for the hotel. And with that being said, I want to bring on our next guest speaker. He's a gentleman that I have not met yet, but I've heard him speak many, many times. And this gentleman is responsible for putting our products together. And as I put in my post, putting together the great products, the organic products, the products that are the basis of our opportunity. Because we know that without good products, you know, our opportunity would really be nothing. So without further ado, I want to bring on Mr. Fred Saenz. Fred, are you there?
I'm here, Woody. Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear.
All right. Well, thanks for the invite and thanks for the intro. And you know, as usual, I'm not a professional speaker, and I enjoy talking on the phone to as many people as possible. I find it a great way to communicate with a lot of people at once. And so it's always a pleasure, you know, to be invited on. When I hear from Dave, there's a group growing really hard, really strong, and they want us on to talk about things. I'm like, yeah, I'm there with bells on. And thanks to Willis for setting that up for me. And I'm here tonight just to, you know, pretty much review without revealing too much, because as Dave mentioned earlier, we have the conference coming up, and we want to have as many excited people there to reveal all of the new bells and whistles as possible. But because we have spoken about this in the past, and you know, I'm assuming we have business builders and leaders on the call tonight. This may be something they've heard on some of the pre-recorded calls, but we have on top of the flagship product, which is the one that's really just slicing through all of these barriers and getting people back on their nutritional feet. The flagship product, B-Lite, I call it B-Lite Classic, is got company. And the company is in the form of a kick-ass capsule that we are calling B-Lite Extra, and which is just loaded to the rafters with extra goodies for those that like more. I know there are bunches of people out there that take 2 B-Lites at a time, and that's fine. More the merrier, but sometimes less is more, and I like to keep the caffeine down. And so there's a ton of not only the standard ingredients that we have in B-Lite Classic, but we've added different forms of ingredients that do specific things that normally you would not find in the Classic. And I'll give you an example. Vitamin B3, known as niacin, in most formulas out there, if it's a decent formula, you're going to have it in the form of niacinamide, which is what they call a non-flush niacin. Niacin by itself, when you take it, you can be guaranteed to get a result, a feeling from it. It either gives you a flush feeling, or you start to sweat and you feel like you're exercising. Niacin is a very powerful B vitamin, and the mellow non-flush formula is in the B-Lite Classic, because you don't want to get people too sweated up and too, ready to do exercise or mow the back 40 or something. But when you take a B-Lite Extra, it's got raw niacin in it on top of the niacinamide ascorbate. And when you stack those two, you will feel a dilation of your vasodilation, which is what you're going to feel, the increase in blood flow. And it may show up as rosy cheeks. You may get a little perspiration on the forehead or under the armpits, but you are now primed and ready to go for an exciting ride on B-Lite Extra. Now, that's not all of it, but that's just one of the different things that we've included in this formula to make it better and work faster and harder. There's a lot of people out there. I think I heard it was a couple $1 billion market for the exercise people, the exercise aficionados, people who go to the gym, people who work out, people who lift weights. And these people are spending a fortune on some pretty crappy stuff. A lot of it's dangerous. And I said, you know, we could easily ramp this up and slide right in there with our own product and spike the ball in the end zone. So this is not for the average person. You want to start them on the classic. They got a bag full of medications. You're going to have to wait for the B-Free. But B-Light Extra, for those that are already on it, experienced B-Light users that find themselves taking 2 B-Lights at a time, this is your go-to capsule. If you see somebody with a Monster drink in their hand or a Red Bull, slap it out. Give them a B-Light Extra. People who go in and are religious about getting their Starbucks triple lattes with 250 milligrams of caffeine in it. You want to stop those people from hurting themselves with that amount of caffeine and the enormous amount of sugar in those things. You want to put them on the B-Light Extra. If you've got, you know, people have got 100 pounds overweight, that's morbidly obese. They're in the danger zone. And you have a job to do. Big people with that kind of weight to lose would probably respond to the B-Light Extra. But they just, you know, seem to feel it better. I mean, this is my experience so far. So B-Light Extra has its market. It's there for a reason. A lot of people will gravitate there. I am surprised at some of the people that I thought, no way can they be taking B-Light Extra. But they do, and they take 1 in the morning, and they're good to go into the wee hours of the afternoon. And these are small people, people who don't lift weights, people who don't do Starbucks or Red Bulls. A lot of these people are very, very healthy and follow very strict nutritional guidelines, and they love the B-Light Extra. So I'm done trying to figure out who loves it and who doesn't. But if you like your B-Light Classic and you're taking more than one, you want to give this a shot. If you see, you know, people in the gym or coming out of the gym, or people dressed in leotards and all sweaty and chugging down their water, those are good candidates for B-Light Extra. You know, healthy people that are already in the, you know, fat burning mode, and they'll like it. They'll probably cuddle right up to it. But again, now we have bookends. Now, basically, by mid-June, at the conference, there won't be a person in America you couldn't tap on the shoulder and give them one of the B-Lights. And that, you know, is something that we didn't have last year. We basically, it was, you know, yay or nay. But I tell people, everybody that you've given a sample to that said no thank you, you make sure you circle back around and give them what we're going to be premiering in, you know, the month of June, because we have now something at either end of the spectrum to bracket the B-Light Classic and put it really in a new way. It's going to be something where you're going to automatically know when you speak to somebody what to put them on to start off, to get the B vitamins into them, to get the iodine in them, to get their thyroid to fire up. All of the things that happen when you take B-Light Classic are going to be happening more on B-Light Extra and less, you know, with the B-Free. So I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to get up there and talk all of this fun stuff with everybody, because we really seem to be gelling as a group. You know, we don't make up testimonials. If you're on the Just Be page or any of these pages where, you know, dozens of people are having fantastic results, these are not imaginary. They're not made up. They're not there for you to read and believe. They're there to know that these people aren't making any claims. They're just telling you that by putting these nutrients in their bodies automatically start a transformation process. It's simply a matter of poor diet. The American diet is super poor, and especially in the B vitamins and the iodines. And I think that we're really onto something here, because you know, my hope is that everybody that you run into in your day, it doesn't matter where, who, will have something to take from the Nutrisail product line, one way or the other. And the more they take, the better they're going to feel. So I think this is going to be a transformative year. I think this is going to be one hell of a summer once we're in the saddle with all of these different variations. the site and all of the hard work that Drew and the team are doing to bring this to life is just beyond me. I have no idea. I used to work in professional broadcasting, and I know what the kind of time and effort it takes to put this kind of stuff together. And it's just a phenomenal thing that they're doing at the speed of light. So we're just rolling along here, picking up more and more bodies, more people to open their mouths and pop a capsule in and see what kind of transformation is in store for them. Without wandering off into the other products, the Be Safe and the Be Pro are just, essentials. It really doesn't matter if you're looking to get a little caffeine going in the morning. Be Safe and Be Pro and what they do are something that every American needs right now. Every single one of us is chomping down on genetically modified food. Every single one of us is drinking and eating foods with chemicals in it that don't benefit us. They benefit the companies that make them. And we need to get rid of them. We need to clear ourselves out. We need to get light on our feet so that we can, then approach this, from a healthy standpoint, learn how to make better choices. And the products, I think, when you take them together, give you that kind of resolve, give you that kind of control. When you don't have sugar cravings because you've got enough magnesium in your bloodstream, this is a big deal. So we are very proud, of the group of people that are involved and are taking the products. But like what he said, when you have a result on something and it's working, then you can get confident about getting yourself behind the opportunity. Because you're not going to go and spend all this time, effort, and energy and go to all these things and talk to all these people for the product to let you down or the product to retoxify you in many cases. So this is clean label products that I think will find a home in, everybody's pantry. So if you have any other questions, Woody, let me know. That's, pretty much all I've got for tonight.
Right.
Anything more specific you want to ask, or?
No, not at all. I mean, you did an awesome job just now. I was just sitting back listening to you, and every time, I hear about the products, it just gets me more and more excited, So I really appreciate you coming on tonight, and look forward to meeting you next month at the conference. And again,
yes, sir.
Bottom of my heart, appreciate you here tonight. Thank you.
All right, Woody. Thanks for the invite. Thanks, Willis.
And good job, Fred.
All righty. Hey, Willis, let me bring you on. Willis, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. We're getting real close to closing this out, but Willis, I wanted to bring you on. You gave me a call today, and you gave me some really exciting information about our products. And if you could just put that out here tonight, and then we'll go ahead and close the call.
Well, one thing it's about the product that Fred was just talking about, the Be Light Extra. Now it's available in the pop tube and the Try-Me size, and it's all in our back offices to order. Drew and the team are working to get it in the next couple of days for your auto ships. But we have been using the Be Light Extra because it is, like Fred says, because I've been on the product for 2 years, and it really does give me the energy to really get up. Because I'm 60 years old now. I'm an old timer. So, and when I was over 100 pounds, I still got a few more pounds to get to be, back where I was when Linda met me. But with the Be Light, I can see that it's shaping me and getting me back into peak performance for my age. And now the tubes, the pop tube, I carry that around with me everywhere I go. So it's such a pleasure to get the Be Light Extra in the pop tube. And it's just amazing the graphics and the marketing materials that Nutrisail, Drew, and that whole team provide for us. It makes it so simple, and that's one thing that we're super excited about. It was a big thing to get that Be Extra in there, and we can't wait to get to conference.
Yeah, awesome.
and back to you, Woody.
All right. Hey, folks, we're coming up on 30 minutes, and I appreciate everybody coming on. I'm going to unmute us in just a minute so everybody can say have a good night. But last thing I want to leave you with is this. Where else can you get in a company that has excellent leadership, excellent products, excellent compensation plan, and it only costs you about 80 cents a day? Think about that. All right, everybody's on. If you want to give a good night, we'll close out the call.
Good night,
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Everybody.
Good night.
Be safe.
Good night.